for a long time, I really struggled with maintaining my home, keeping up with the dishes, keeping up with the clutter. Everything always felt like it was too much. Until one day I realized it wasn't that I was lazy or bad at it. For me, I just had too much to manage. And when you have less, you manage less, you organize less, you think about your stuff less. We are sold this lie that more gives us more. More storage, more bins, more baskets, more peace. I found that the opposite is true. I really had to try living with less before I actually believed that I could. I've shared on here before that I've done experiments with decluttering and minimizing and clothing declutters and things like that, because I truly think that I had to experiment with those experiences in order to believe that I could live with less. And that may not be the case for you, but I think this is a case for you to experiment at the very least. Now, if you're new here, my name's Caitlin. I am a wife and a mom, and I love talking about intentional living, intentional homemaking, and really, truly living a life that reflects you. And that's really what this video is about. It's not a list, it's not a how-to, it's just things that have been on my heart and on my mind, and as I've journaled about them, feel like something you may need to hear too. These are just patterns that I keep seeing reoccurring in my life, especially as a mom and trying to create a home that feels good. Now, this really hit me hard after I started having kids, because suddenly I had all this extra stuff. I look around and think, where do I put it all? And really the truth of it is, your baby doesn't need much at all. Your baby doesn't need all of these things that are on registries, that are for sale, that solve problems. The truth is, babies really just need you, their mom. And everything else can just fall to the wayside, in my opinion. It's really when it all started to click for me. I really had to try living with less to actually believe that it was possible. To realize that letting go of something didn't mean that I was falling behind. It meant that I was making space. Truly, in my experience, you have to experiment with less before you can fully commit to doing it. And when you do, you'll realize there is power in the ownership of less. It doesn't take away from you. It actually gives back to you. Now, the biggest gift that I've learned in all of this is the power of presence, and I continually learn it from my kids. And I'm so grateful to them for this. To stop overwhelming and overcomplicating what matters most. It's simple because it's simple. The kids will not care if your shelf is perfectly styled. They care if I'm watching them do their tricky trick for the 29th time. That's what matters. Not the perfectly styled anything. It truly, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. And now it's these little things that I remember from my own childhood. The tucking ins, the bedtime stories, the baking, the mornings spent with mom, the nights spent with dad as he tucked me in. That's really the gift that I want to give my own kids. And I can't do that if I'm buried in stuff, distracted, or glued to a screen. That's why I hold tight boundaries with my phone. That's why I experiment with different systems and put them in place so that I can be in my life, not just orbiting around it. And listen, there will be a lot of experts out there, but at the end of the day, none of them are living your life. And most of them are just people with experience. And then I started asking myself, what if I stopped trying to follow everybody else's rules and everyone else's systems, and I started becoming the expert in my own home? things that I want in my home is I want it to function well, not just to look good, but to actually work for us. I want the design to reflect us and how we live. I want to be able to leave and come back home and still feel grounded and rooted in who we are. And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm layering in those things. And I think the evolution is really a major part of this. One rhythm at a time, one drawer at a time, one habit at a time. Slowing down and working with what works for us. Because the big transformation or overhaul is not the goal. The goal is a home that feels true to me and the life that I live. It reflects me and the way that I live. So if you're also in that place of feeling like your home is overwhelming you or that you're failing to keep up, you're not. You might just have too much to manage. So I encourage you to start small. Try having less. You might be surprised how much peace it can give you. And I've been building something to help you with this. And it's not quite ready yet. But I'm excited to share it with you once it is. If this intrigues you or you feel like this resonates with you, there's a waitlist link in the description below. If you are feeling like this overwhelmed version of yourself and you want to stop, this slow 7-day guide will help you. I'm so excited to bring it to you in a few short weeks. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk soon.